Hey everyone, so today I am filming a first impression video and you may notice the lighting is a little bit different. I do have my artificial lighting set up. I got it done by a professional, and if you guys want to see like how it all looks behind the scenes, one, check out my vlog channel, and two, if you want me to go in depth, feel free to let me know and I can like show you in one of my beauty videos at some stage as well. And if you notice the sound quality is a little bit worse, it's because I don't have my microphone plugged in, and that's because we actually have something wrong with the wiring in our house, like it's not grounded or something, and so there's like this hum coming through like everything. It's so irritating. Like even in Hamish's room, his speakers are just humming, so we're getting that fixed, and then hopefully once that's fixed I'll be able to use my microphone again and you won't hear a hum. It's really weird. Like the reason you didn't hear it before is because I didn't have any lights on, but it happens even when we just turn our like ceiling lights on. It's so weird. Anyway, first impression time. I am so excited. The lighting you see right here is very realistic. Like this is like pretty much what color I look like in real life right now. I have a tiny bit of fake tan on, but not too much. This is the COVERGIRL TRUBLEND Matte Made Foundation, and people have been raving about this. I've been, asked to do a first impression for a while now. I got sent the whole collection. I think there's like 40 shades or so, and I chose a couple out of that collection to try. So I've picked out the shade L80 and M15. So I guess I'll swatch them both. But first of all, let me talk a little bit about the product. It says it is a 12-hour comfort matte. It's pore minimizing, oil control. I do not have oily skin, just a quick disclaimer. It's transfer resistant, and yeah, it comes in 40 different shades. That's all it says. It isn't drying or cakey. The TRUBLEND Matte Made's formula is developed with Flexi Hold technology that creates a long yet flexible film on the skin for durability and comfort, while the mattifying powders absorb oil and minimizes pores for a soft matte flawless finish for up to 12 hours of wear. There we go. So I actually tried this foundation here out. It's also, I think it's new, from COVERGIRL. I don't know, it's new to me. It's called the Vitalist Healthy Elixir. I'll link the video where I tried it down below. It was a full face first impression of drugstore makeup, and I was like really impressed with this. It's like a medium buildable kind of finish, and it looked so stunning on my skin. So this is definitely like up there for me. I'm not such a huge fan of matte foundation, but we can always highlight. So I'm excited to give this one a go. I'm hoping it doesn't turn out anything like the last Marc Jacobs foundation I tried. I'll link that first impression down below, because that was matte and it was just an absolute mess. So you get 30 ml. It comes with a little pump, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's just a little like glass bottle. It's got the color on the back. So we're gonna jump straight in. I'm going to prime half of my face. Oh, should I be using a sponge or a brush? Maybe I should go wet my sponge, BRB. Okay, I just changed my color balance slightly, and that's like bang on, I think. Pretty much anyway. Okay, so I've wet my Flawless Finish sponge. I do have brushes here in case. And I'm going to prime, oh god, that like blew wind in my eye. I'm going to prime this side of my face. This is the Willow Herb Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer by Origins. It's one of my favorite primers. My skin is hydrated and moisturized on both sides from me doing my skincare this morning. And then I'm just going to quickly swatch. Actually, you know what? I can tell already. I feel like this shade's going to be better. It's a little bit more kind of yellowish with that fake tan I've got on. This one's a little bit more neutral, M15. So I'm going to take the shade L80 True Ivory, and I'm first gonna take a pump on the unprimed side of my face and just see how this goes. Okay, so it spreads out real evenly and real easily as well. The coverage is really decent. It covered up most of that discoloration on my eye like instantly. It doesn't feel like heavy at all. I thought because it was gonna be like a matte finish, I thought it would be very, very, very heavy and like cakey looking, but it's so lightweight. And currently, like, I guess it's still setting down, like drying down, but at the moment it doesn't look super matte, so we'll see what the finish looks like soon. So now I've just got another pump on my Flawless Finish sponge. It applied amazing on the unprimed side. It looks really nice and even, hasn't caught onto any dry areas or anything like that. So now I'm just going to start blending on the primed side. I feel like it's sticking better on the primed side. Like it's kind of like, I don't know, it looks more matte on the primed side, which is strange. The color is really good as well. Maybe perhaps, no, actually I was going to say it looks too light for me, but I don't think so. And I feel like I need less product on my prime side. Straight away, my first impression, I like the way it is looking. It's not super cakey, matte and drying or anything. Applies amazing with the sponge. I can imagine it would apply amazing with a brush as well. The undertone is really, really good for me. And you can see like it's not just the lights, it actually does have a glow. So maybe it's going to be more matte once we set it. I'm just adding a little bit more to see how buildable it is over these red cheeks. Honestly, it looks so pretty. How's this matte? It's definitely more matte on this side of my face. Can you see? Like, it's random. This side's way more glowy. This side's way more matte. It's still not completely flat though. To be honest, if I wore this foundation, because I do have normal to slightly dry skin, especially this time of year, here it's like almost winter in New Zealand, or I don't even know, when does winter start? I'm so bad with my seasons. But my skin, you know, can do with a bit of extra moisture. So for me, with this foundation, I would normally probably pair it up, like if I keep using it, I'd probably pair it up with a hydrating primer anyway, just to like balance it out. If you have oily skin, maybe you'll use a more mattifying primer. I don't know, that's up to you. So let me quickly just set this down and then we can see how it looks under flash photography and everything. So I actually just set my foundation with the COVERGIRL Vitalist Healthy Powder, which I've mentioned in my favorite things under $15 video. I'll link it down below if you haven't seen it. I really like this stuff, and now of course it's looking a lot more matte. I also used my NARS Complete Concealer under my eyes and my Kat Von D setting powder, and that's where we're at. So I'm going to do a quick flash test for you. So I think it looks like skin pretty much. There's no flashback or anything, and my skin looks reasonably smooth, and it just, yeah, it looks like skin in flash photography, so that's fine. So I'm gonna head off and continue the rest of my makeup. It's 9 or almost 9:30, so we're gonna test it out throughout the day and see how it wears. I'll come back in a few hours and show you how it's looking, and yeah, so far I'm quite liking it. Doesn't feel as like flat and drying as the Marc Jacobs one, but then again, the Marc Jacobs one didn't feel flat and drying instantly. It kind of took a couple of hours, so we'll see how this goes. Hello there. It is now 11 AM, so it's been on for an hour and a half, is that? So bad at times. And it's looking great. It has not changed whatsoever. It doesn't feel weird. If anything, it feels slightly drying, but not as drying as that Marc Jacobs one. And it's not enough to actually bother me whatsoever. And it's only really on the unprimed side. So if I wore primer all over, I think it would be fine anyway, and setting spray and stuff. But I thought I'd point that out. To be honest, it does not bother me enough to really care. But anyway, it looks really nice. I put on heaps and heaps of highlighter and glowy blush and stuff just to like combat some of the the matte look is what I was meant to say. I have like some dry skin and breakouts down here, and it's not gripping onto them. And it looks incredibly smooth, like everywhere. It does not make my pores look big or anything. I'll zoom you in and I will make it dark for you. And you can see, hold on, that's probably too dark. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I've got some like blackheads and stuff on my nose, so ignore that. And even then, it doesn't look too bad. I feel like you can see a little bit of my pinkness on my cheeks. Maybe I did not apply enough. I don't think it's actually faded. I think it's just that I didn't put much there. So yeah, this is how it's looking. It's not melting or anything. Ignore my friggin', I got glue everywhere. Anyway, if this makeup looks already up, I'll link it down below. It's using the Lunar Beauty palette by Manny MUA. Hey guys, quick update before I shoot off and head to my nail appointment. I don't know whether to do terracotta, mustard, or khaki nails, so I guess you'll find out soon. So the only change I can see is it's gripped onto a tiny bit of dry skin on my chin. Other than that, it literally looks identical. I'll zoom in. I don't even know, you can see it's like the tiniest little bit just there. It's like nothing, but it does grip onto it. So if you have any super dry patches, you run the risk of it catching on. To make it darker, it's probably easier to see. Well done, Shan. But yeah, other than that, it looks pretty good. I feel like actually it looks like it's starting to sink around my nose ever so slightly. It's not too bad. It looks a little bit cakey just there. And it's 2:30 by the way. Hey guys, so it is now 6:25 PM. So it's been on, what's that, 9 hours is it? And it's looking really good. The flaky skin hasn't gotten worse. It's just kind of stayed like that. And I feel like around my nose looks the same as last time. Do you reckon? If you notice any fading at the very top, that I forgot to say in the last update, that's because I was trying on wigs and I kind of like scraped some of it off because the like wig cap was so tight. So that's not really the foundation's fault. Everywhere else it's like stayed put perfectly. It has not really faded. Like as I said, I think I didn't really layer it up enough to cover the redness properly from the beginning. Maybe it's faded like a tiny bit, but overall like it pretty much looks the same as at the beginning in my opinion, because there was always a little bit of pink showing. I will continue to use this until later on tonight. Hopefully I can wear it till at least like 9:30. That way we can see how it wears over 12 hours, because it says up to 12 hours wear. I want to see if it really does last up to 12 hours. I feel like I would love this even more with a bit of setting spray over top of it, just because I feel ever so slightly dull. It's not enough to bother me, just a little bit dull, but that's because I do prefer, you know, a more radiant finish than a complete matte finish. I feel like, no, never mind. I was gonna say it feels a bit oily here, but it really doesn't. I think it was because that's another thing I had to say. I got blasted in the face by the rain, and yeah, my face was soaked. I didn't touch it or anything, but I was walking back to my car. This is what I ended up getting for my nails, by the way. Mustard one. I was walking back to my car and it was pissing down and my face got absolutely saturated, but I just kind of like fanned it off and it looks really good. So there you go. Didn't leave any weird droplets or anything on my face. Like it still looks really, really good. I'm impressed. I do feel like it's starting to slightly sink into my pores on the unprimed side, whereas the primed side looks like perfect. I'll talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, so we are all finished for the night. It is 20 to 10, so it's been on for 12 hours and honestly it still looks the same. I feel like it's melting ever so slightly a little bit more, like just starting to around my nose, but barely, and it hasn't faded anymore since last time in my opinion, and it hasn't like sunk into any of my like frown lines or anything. It hasn't gripped onto the dry skin any worse. Like it still looks fine. Like I feel like I could keep wearing it, and this is without any type of setting spray. So, you know, imagine it with like setting spray and all of that kind of thing. I definitely think next time I'll use it with more of a hydrating primer like all over. This side of the face definitely looks a little bit better that was primed, just because it doesn't sink into any of the pores, whereas on this side it's like starting to, like I said last time. It's not really worse though, to be fair. But yeah, that's my review. If you guys have tried this foundation, let me know your review down below. As always, I think it's really good. There's so many good foundations from the drugstore at the moment. So good. Like I said, I will link some of my last drugstore first impressions down below, and I'll also link below my previous Marc Jacobs one that did not turn out so well. This one is way better than the Marc Jacobs and so much cheaper. So that's a bonus. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video.